So I was just in the middle of giving some little announcements that sometimes the internet connection is a little shaky. So if that happens, I apologize. And we have class next week, Monday and Tuesday at 6:30 for anyone who wants to join. And the cat might make an appearance in the screen since he usually does. And if you have any yoga props you would like to grab for your practice, go ahead and get those. And I think we are ready to begin. Can everyone hear me, and is everyone ready? Okay, lots of thumbs up. Cool deal. And of course, throughout the practice, you know your body best, so we never want to be in pain. Things may be a little uncomfortable or unfamiliar and new, so those sensations are totally okay. And most importantly, have fun, have a good time, and let's begin. Awesome, I'm loving all the video. Cool, so comfortable seated position, you're welcome to close the eyes. And we'll start breathing. So here we are, we're arriving at our practice. And now is an awesome opportunity to slow down and kind of clear the mind. And we can start with the physical body. So the spine is lengthening up towards the ceiling. And the muscles of the face are nice and relaxed. The shoulders are melting down the back away from the ears, and the grip on the fingertips is gentle. Maybe the hands are resting on the knees. And there's fluid here in the joints, so we're not sitting super stiff, allowing yourself to have a bit of motion or movement. So if any sort of movement does feel good here, you are welcome to take that, maybe kind of rocking the body in a circle. And then as you start doing that, begin to breathe. So big, long inhales through the nose. And long exhales out through the mouth. And then 2 more of those, a nice big breath in. And then exhale, let it go. And 1 more, a full breath in through the nose. And a nice long exhale out. So let's hang out here for maybe just another moment, kind of gathering ourselves and then taking inventory of just how you're doing today. And at any point in the practice, you're welcome to come back to a comfortable seat or child's pose. Okay, let's take another big deep breath in. And open the mouth, a long exhale out. All right, go ahead and open the eyes up if you'd like, and we will inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Stretch, 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 reach those fingertips. And then exhale, press the palms together and bring the hands to heart center. Nice. Go ahead, hug the shoulders up towards the ears. And then exhale, roll them back. All right, take a nice breath in. And exhale, start turning over towards the right. And from here, hands can stay at heart center. If you'd like to put the right hand down on the mat, the left hand to the right knee, go ahead and do that. And stay here for another breath. And then exhale back to center. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Press the palms together. And as you exhale, hands to heart center. And we'll stay here for our breath in. And then go with the exhale as you twist towards the left. Nice long spine, the chin is parallel with the floor. From here, hands can stay at heart center, Or you can place that left hand on the floor, the right hand to the left knee. Notice on the exhale if you can twist just a bit deeper. Awesome. Exhale, float right back through center. Leave the right hand on the floor. Inhale, reach the left arm up to the ceiling. Reach those fingertips and exhale, reach over to your right. And let's stay here for a breath. Notice if you can reach a bit more. And exhale, come back through center. Let that left hand just drop on the floor and just float over to the other side. Inhale, reach up, up, up. Nice, and then exhale over to the left. So really reach with those right fingertips and notice if just by having the intention to reach just a bit more with the fingertips, can you feel a little bit of a more stretch through the side body? Nice. Stay here for another breath. I think I just froze. I apologize. As you exhale, fold the upper body over your right thigh. And then float back through center and go to the other side again. Inhale, reach that right arm up. And then exhale, reach over to the left. Reach to those fingertips, stay for a breath. Exhale, let the upper body fold over that left thigh. Almost like you're working your nose towards your knee. And exhale, come on out. Okay. Good, good, good. Take the right ear to the right shoulder, and we'll just warm up the neck a little bit. So move slowly with yourself here, gentle if you have any neck issues. And then if you'd like, drop the chin right towards the chest and the back of the neck can lengthen out. And then while we're here, start reaching the arms out in front of you a bit and just start walking them forward. And then maybe the forearms come down to the ground and we're kind of just coming in towards a little fold as we're folding down towards the ground. So bring the gaze at the floor so the back of the neck is long. And if this doesn't feel okay on the forearms, stay up on your fingertips. All right, walk yourself back up. Okay, let's get into tabletop position now. And before we get not stuck in our tabletop, but form it, go ahead and have some movement here. So have a nice little bend in the elbows and kind of rock and move through the hips. The hands and knees are about shoulder width distance apart. And of course, moving with breath, keeping that nice, steady, comfortable, free breath flowing. All right, when you feel good, find your tabletop position. So spread the fingertips nice and wide with the index fingers facing 12 o'clock. And we're pressing into the mat. We're engaging the arms. And we're using our core, so the belly button's hugging in towards the spine. And from here, send the right foot to the back edge of the mat. Awesome. Back of the neck is nice and long, glancing down between the two hands. And then bring this right foot up and over the left. So it's coming down on the floor. And if you look over that left shoulder, maybe you can see that right foot. And then notice the elbows here, kind of glancing over that left shoulder. You'll feel a deeper side stretch through the right ribs. And then bring that right foot back up and over and Drop the foot at the back edge of the mat, press into the hands, and come into a nice calf stretch. So we're kind of rocking some body weight, moving that right heel down towards the floor. I don't know what I was just laughing at, but I love this stretch. All right, go ahead and let that side go. Drop that right knee. Any little shaking out you gotta do. And we'll go to the other side. All right, when you're feeling ready, left foot to the back. And from here, see if you can flex the left toes so they're facing down towards the floor and you're really pressing out through that left heel. And then left leg comes up and over the right. Drop the left toes to the floor. If it feels okay, glance over that right shoulder and feel a nice side body stretch through the left ribs. We'll bring the left leg back up and we'll drop the toes to the back edge of the mat. And rock some body weight to that left foot so the heel's working its way down towards the ground. And feel a nice stretch. And lower that leg back down. And let's come into child's pose. So for child's pose, feels comfortable. So as you press through the finger pads, you can kind of send the hips back towards the heels and you're letting your heart drop down towards the mat. And there are lots of options here. So the arms can actually go back by your sides, if that feels better, or you can bring your hands to prayer position, kind of up overhead for a different stretch in the triceps and shoulders. And why don't we take 3 breaths in here? Let's go ahead and find our way up to our first downward facing dog. The hands are staying about shoulder width distance apart. Tuck your toes under. The feet are hips width distance apart. Bend those knees and send the chest back towards the thighs. And so we don't want to be too rigid here. So definitely have some movement, a little bend in the elbows. Let your head and neck relax and hang heavy. And then from here, you can bend one knee, straighten the other. Kind of feel another calf stretch through the legs. And then from here, maybe we inhale, press into the tippy toes, lift the heels away from the mat. And then as you exhale, work the heels down towards the back edge of your mat. So from here, you're welcome to stay in downward facing dog or come into a 3-legged dog. So lifting the right foot to the ceiling. We're still pressing our chest back towards that left thigh. And we'll step the right foot forward between the 2 hands for high runner's lunge. Awesome. Okay, look down at the right foot. Make sure the ankle is right under the knee. And let's leave this left hand down and twist the right arm up to the ceiling. And exhale, lower the right hand down. And inhale, reach the left arm up to the ceiling. Nice, see how that feels. Take a breath in. And exhale, lower that hand back down. So now left hand is on the floor. Inhale, reach the right arm up to the ceiling. And exhale, lower it down. Right fingertips on the floor. Inhale, reach the left arm up to the ceiling. Okay, exhale, lower that hand down. Go ahead and drop your back knee. Low lunge. If you want, you can untuck the toes or leave them tucked, whatever's more comfortable. And as you exhale, notice if you can kind of let go and sink into the hips a little bit. So the hands can either be on the floor for support, or they can rest on top of the right knee, or maybe one hand's on the knee and one hand's on the floor. Okay. Bring your right hand to the floor and we'll inhale the left arm up to the ceiling, reach through the fingertips. And exhale, gentle reach over towards your right. And exhale, lower that left hand back down. Inhale, reach the right arm up to the ceiling. And exhale, reach over to the left. And go ahead, lower that right hand back down and we'll come right into our runner's stretch. So straightening through our front leg. Flexing the right toes towards the face. You can either bring your glute down on the heel, if that's how you like your runner's stretch, or you can leave the hip right over the left knee. And then any little gentle movements here from side to side. Should feel a stretch through the right hamstring. All right, moving on. Go ahead and drop that right foot to the mat. We're going to come into our standing split. So tuck the back toes under, lift that back knee, hands stay on the floor, and the right foot will stay on the ground, and we'll lift the left foot up towards the ceiling. And as you do that, fold in the upper body. So nose towards right knee, and you're lifting that left heel. Let the head and neck totally relax. And breathe. Okay, from here we're gonna come up to stand, but we're gonna hug the left shin in. So start bending the left knee kind of into the low abs. And if you can, grab the shin with the hand. Back towards center. And then as you exhale, come back into that standing split. So you're kind of diving forward, hands to the mat, fold in the upper body. Start bending the right knee, step the left foot back, high runner's lunge. All right, from here we're gonna come into crescent lunge. So you always have the option to drop your back knee if you'd like. The knee can be on the mat, but if not, go ahead, press into the feet and lift the body up. So we're really pressing into the feet. The legs are really strong. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center. Awesome. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, start twisting over towards your right. And then inhale, come back to center, reach the arms up nice and high, press into the feet. Exhale, open to your warrior two. So spin that back heel down. And now we have a nice bend through the front leg, and the right knee is right over the right ankle, and the toes are facing forward. We're reaching through the fingertips. Nice. I see some good looking warrior twos. Okay, press into your front foot and straighten the leg and just float the arms up. Awesome. Exhale, come on back, warrior two, and you're reaching through the fingertips. And again, inhale, press into the feet, lift. And exhale, warrior two. One more time. Inhale, press into the feet, reach, reach. And exhale, warrior two. From here, flip both palms up towards the ceiling. And then drop the hands, leave the legs as they are, and kind of just shake them out. Okay. Nice. Okay, come on back, warrior two. So reaching through the ring finger on each of the hands, looking over the front middle finger. Inhale, flip the front palm and revolve. So reach those right fingertips up towards the ceiling, staying low in that front leg. And then float into a side angle. Bring the right elbow to the right thigh. Lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. Maybe the gaze is up at the left fingertips, and from here you can always bring the left bicep kind of over the ear. Now the fingertips are reaching forward. You're really pressing into that outer edge of the left foot. And let's come back to our warrior two. Press through your front foot, straighten the front leg. Turn the right toes so they're parallel with the front edge of the mat. So this is five-pointed star. Go ahead and grab the hips, or maybe hands come to the low back. Take a breath in, reach the heart up. Then exhale, we're going to come into a wide forward fold. So now we're at the wide edge of our mat. And let the upper body fold. Let the hands come to the mat and inhale to a halfway lift. So like the top of your head is pulling forward, so your spine is nice and long. And we're going to start creeping our fingers tips up to the front edge of the mat. So start bending in the right knee, turn the right toes forward, come onto the toes of the back foot. Creep that right foot over to the right edge of the mat. And have both hands to the inside of the right foot, and we'll come into deepest lunge. Option to drop the back knee or leave it lifted. You can drop down onto your forearms for a deeper stretch. And then press into the hands. Tuck this back foot under. Lift the knee up, and let's step the right foot back to a high plank. Shoulders are right over the wrists. Soft little bend through the elbows. Drop the knees down to the floor. Start sinking the hips down. Flip onto the tops of your feet and bend your elbows a bit. And just move from side to side. And then let's press back into child's pose for a moment. Allowing the forehead to rest gently, and we'll stay here for 3 breaths. And then keeping with that nice steady breath, let's press into downward facing dog. Okay, we're gonna come into that high runner's lunge. You have the option to just step the left foot forward or come into a three-legged dog, just stretching that left foot up towards the ceiling. And then left foot steps between the two hands. All right, right hand stays down towards the mat and reach the left arm up to the ceiling. And then exhale, lower that left hand down to the floor. Inhale, reach the right arm up to the ceiling. Stay for a breath. And exhale, lower down and switch your sides. Reach the left arm up. Exhale, lower it down. And last time, reach the right arm up high towards the ceiling. And exhale, lower down. Go ahead and drop your back knee and untuck the toes. You can melt into the hips here as you exhale. And the hands can go wherever you feel supported. Let's place the left fingertips on the floor. Inhale, reach that right arm up high to the ceiling. And as you exhale, just take a little stretch over towards the left. And exhale, float the right fingertips down towards the floor. Inhale, float the left arm up nice and high. And exhale, reach over to your right. Awesome. Exhale, let that go. And let's come into our runner's stretch. Start straightening that front leg. The back toes can stay untucked or tucked. And for a deeper stretch, you can fold the upper body over the left thigh. Any little movements here? Okay, we're going to work our way into a standing split, and from there, rise up to stand. So we'll come into a couple of balancing poses. So let's place the left foot on the floor, tuck these back toes under, lift the back knee, and we'll come into our standing split. So we'll be lifting the right heel towards the ceiling. Left foot stays grounded down, the left toes face directly forward. And fingertips can be on the floor supporting you somewhere. If you're kind of holding the neck up, see if you can act like there's a magnet at the very top of your head and it's kind of weighted down and pulling down towards the ground so the upper body folds and the right heel lifts. And then if you'd like to keep going, go ahead and we're going to hug the right knee in towards the belly, come up to stand, hands grab that right shin. And if you have a wall nearby, you can grab onto that for support. And then from here, the right hand holds the right knee, and you kind of just open it up. So you have a nice opening through the right hip. Nice. So really pressing down through the mound of the big toe and the heel of the left foot. Hug that right knee back in, grab it with both hands. Take a breath in. And exhale, dive forward, hands to the floor, standing split. Lift that right heel up and let the upper body fold. Start bending in both the knees and take a nice step or two back towards crescent lunge. Always the option to drop your back knee here. Make sure the left toes are still facing forward. All right, press into the feet and let the arms lift up. All 10 toes facing forward. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. And now you are welcome to stay here. If you'd like to take a twist on the next Exhale, go ahead and twist over towards the left. All right, come back to center. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, warrior two. So now we're opening our hips, shoulders, and that back foot is almost parallel with the back edge of the mat. And we want our left knee to be right over our left ankle. We're reaching through the fingers. Let's inhale, press into the front foot and lift, let the arms float up overhead. And exhale, warrior two. Nice again. Inhale, press into the feet, reach and lift. And exhale, warrior two. All right, one more time. Press into both feet, reach the arms up, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, warrior two. All right, let's flip the palms up towards the ceiling. And then drop the hands. And let the arms kind of just shake out here. So we're still staying low in the front knee if you can. This kind of just makes warrior two feel less intense. Okay, come on back, warrior two. And we will reverse. Inhale, flip the front palm. Reach with the fingertips up and back. And then float into your side angle. So bring the left elbow to the left knee. The left ribs are kind of rotating underneath the right. And reach the right arm up to the ceiling. Nice work. Almost through this little power series that we've got going on. You can leave the right fingertips reaching directly to the ceiling, or if you'd like to reach them forward so the right bicep comes over the ear, you're welcome to do that. And let the arms float back to warrior two. And start to straighten the front foot. Bring your hands to your hips and turn the left toes to the wide side of the mat. And let's take an arm variation here. So if you would like to, or if you can interlace your hands at the low back, press the knuckles down, or you can just bring hands to the low back and get a nice shoulder opener. And then again, fold forward. So let the upper body start to fold forward, and then the fingertips can start reaching forward, so you get a nice lengthening in the back. So maybe that feels good. And then let's bring both hands to the mat, and let's bend our right knee. And you can kind of either straighten the left or come onto the heel of the left foot. Nice. Ooh, and then a nice little stretch here. You can bring the right fingertips to the floor, kind of in front of you. And for a little heart opener, you can reach the left arms, the left arm up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, lower it down, and maybe you're good on this side. You can crawl up and over to the other side. Plant the left foot on the floor. There's really no right or wrong way to do this. As long as you're breathing and you don't feel in pain, you can kind of just make it yours. And then option for any sort of stretch here. The left fingertips can stay to the floor. The right arm can float up. And exhale, lower that right hand back down. And let's find our way back into that wide forward fold. So our feet are parallel with one another. And we'll come into deepest lunge on the left side. So we'll start to turn the left toes forward. Start walking the hands up and keep walking that left foot out to the edge of the mat. Flip onto the toes of the right foot and drop that back knee. So both hands are on the inside of the left foot. You can stay pressing through the hands or drop down to your forearms. And let's go ahead, tuck the back toes under, press into the hands and step the left foot back. So we're in a high plank. So we're pressing the earth away from us. You can always drop your knees here in high plank. If they're lifted, lift the backs of the knees and thighs up towards the ceiling. Back of the neck is long. For 3, 2, and 1. Press back, downward facing dog. And ever so slowly, let's walk our feet up to our hands. We'll come into a forward fold at the top of the mat. So the feet hips width distance apart. Bend your knees. Grab opposite elbows. And then release the hands. And let's have a nice bend in the knees and slip your palms underneath the soles of your feet for gorilla pose. So the toes, bend your knees enough, the toes can make their way all the way up to the wrist crease. And then let the neck relax and hang heavy. And then slip the palms out from underneath the soles of the feet. Bend, bend, bend the knees, and let's drop down to a seated position. Okay, but we're not there yet. Let's come into boat pose. So we're going to lift the feet. So this will be our core exercise. So you're puffing out the chest and kind of letting the heart lift and the chin's lifted, and spread the toes, lift up. The knees can be bent. You can grab under the knees. And we will lower down and lift back up. And 3 more times. And don't forget to breathe. 2. And 1. And lift back up, full boat. So see if you can lift the toes just a little bit more. If you're grabbing behind the knees, can you lift the arms up? And exhale, lower the feet down. And bring the hands behind you so the fingertips are facing towards the heels. Press into the feet and lift up to reverse tabletop. And then lower the glutes back down and stretch your legs out long in front of you. Okay, now it's time to wind down. So let's come into a forward fold. So inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, reach for the toes. And so if you can't make it to the toes, this is a place where a yoga strap would be super helpful and beneficial. And if you're not there, the hands can always, the fingertips can just go on the floor on either side of the legs. And lift your upper body back up. Bend the right knee and fold the right ankle right above the left knee. And we'll come into pigeon pose here. So you're welcome to take this on your back. So bring the hands behind you and start bending the left knee. So the sole of the left foot comes onto the floor. And then adjust so that the stretch feels perfect for you. So for a deeper stretch, press into the hands. Move yourself closer to the left heel. And then maybe just from here, you press into the fingertips and kind of let the heart open so the shoulders kind of wrap around the spine a bit. And then find your way out of that. You can either stretch that left leg back out or just take the right ankle up and off. And we'll go to the other side. So left ankle over the top of the right knee. And start bending that right knee. Bring the heel towards the glute and adjust yourself as needed. And then again, another opportunity to press a little bit into the fingertips. And as you inhale, maybe the heart lifts up a bit. And nice breath out. And go ahead and find your way out of that pose. We'll bring the soles of our feet together. And from here, you can either stay sitting up nice and tall, compress the elbows against the inner thighs to help the hips open a bit more, and start letting the chest lead the way as you fold towards the feet. If this doesn't feel okay on the knee or the hips, always a good spot for pillows to go right under the knees here to support you. You Okay, I think it's time to lay down. All right, so go ahead and lower down. And then carry your, let the feet just come right up towards the ceiling for waterfall. So another option for this is going right up against a wall. So you would have the backs of your legs against, up against a wall to support you. You can either stay still or take any leg variations or movements here. Good spot for happy baby or half happy baby. So one foot would come, leg would come down to the floor, and you would grab the sole of the foot with the other hand. Or for full happy baby, bend the knees into the armpits and grab for the outer edges, the soles of the feet. All right, let's lower our legs down, bend the knees, bring the feet to the edges of the mat, and let the knees fall in towards one another. Okay, I think it's time for our final resting pose. So let's go ahead and come into that. So if you feel comfortable in that position, you could always stay in it. But if you'd like, lay the legs out long on the floor. And in this pose, often called the hardest or most challenging pose of yoga, we're really just fully letting go. So see if you can let yourself just kind of melt and sink and let the mat hold you and feel supported. Have the option to close the eyes down and just return to a natural rhythm of breath, and we'll stay here for about a minute. And start bringing some gentle movements back into fingers and toes. And take a full deep breath in through the nose. And then long exhale out through the mouth. And again, full deep breath in. And then long, full exhale out through the mouth. And then however you might want to find your way up to a comfortable seated position, we will meet there. Big inhale, reach the arms up high towards the ceiling. Reach, reach, reach. And then bring the palms together. Press and bring them to the center of the heart. Tuck the chin a little bit here and relax through the shoulders. And while you're here, kind of in this really peaceful moment, say something to yourself that you're really grateful for. And we'll take a big breath in. And nice long cleansing exhale out. Namaste. Thank you for joining and practicing with me. Hopefully you all feel great. Let me know if you have any questions. You could unmute yourself or type something, and we'll have class next week.